Hey guys, Lizardly here for day 2 of the Christmas ornaments. This is the only one I got to do yesterday, but I did finish it. Minus, the cutting it out and shaping it. But I think I have time to do 2 today, so I'll do my best. If I decide to, I might actually be able to finish a 3rd one, because there's one that's super duper easy, and as soon as you see it, you'll know why. Just have to find it. This one. Look at that. That one's very easy to do. Just cute little snowflakes. So, we'll see how that goes. Oh, I want to talk about this before I forget. So, as soon as I got off work, I went to the McDonald's that's near my house, and I went through the drive-thru. And I pulled up, I ordered, and then I got to the window, where you pay. Or maybe you guys don't know. So, at my drive-thru at least, there's the first window, which is where you pay. There's a big empty space, and then the second window is where you get your food. So I was paying, and I was like, can you talk to the person at the other window? And the guy was like, yes. He kind of was, he probably thought I was a total idiot for asking the question. But I was like, can you let them know the person in front of me, their gas tank is open? Like, it was open, and then the lid wasn't even on. Like, it wasn't attached or anything. So I was like, I want to let them know immediately, because obviously they just paid for a ton of gas. You don't want it to fall out of the tank. Like, oh my gosh. And he leaned over and he's like, oh my goodness, yeah, I'll let her know. So he called the woman at the other window, and he's like, you're perfect for, letting us know that. And I was like, oh, I just know if I was in her position, I'd want people to tell me that, my gas tank is open. So, what happened was, I was at the first window, she was in the middle, and then the next person was at the next window. So when she pulled up, the cashier handed her food and was like, your gas tank is open. So at first the woman tried to go close it immediately, but she was too close to the wall. So she pulled forward and got out. And while I was getting my food, I saw her twisting it and closing it. And the woman was like, did you see that our gas tank was open? I was like, yeah, I'm actually the one who told the guy at the other register that it was open. She's like, yeah, I hope she hasn't been losing a lot of gas. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God. So, oh man. Anytime I see someone's gas tank is open, I'm just like, oh my God, like, no, close it. Gas prices are not cheap. You don't want to be losing gas because you forgot to close it. I will say, I really like my car. I don't have a twist tie or anything. Like, mine is, you did that on purpose. You want a cotton candy lollipop? Yes. So, mine, I don't think automatic is the correct term. But it opens specifically for the nozzle for the gas, and then it closes again. So all I have to do is open and close the door. Tessa, really? Really? Oh, look, it's focusing on her. Ha! Ha! Come here, you dork. You want to be in the video? Yeah? Arm lifts. Yeah? No? Look at that white underbelly. It's even whiter than mine. No? Okay. So, yeah. Work went really well. I don't really have anything specific to talk about, but if I come up with anything, I'll put in the narration. So far, everyone who commented seemed to like it, so I'll do my best to keep that up. I did get a link to a bunch of questions I can answer if I ever do, have nothing to say or talk about. Granted, it is me, so I'll probably always have something stupid to talk about, but, my hair looks totally crazy today. I look like a crazy lady. Huh? Oh, and then I also have it in a ponytail. I was trying to get my hair all in a ponytail, but that was my hair clip, Tessa, you punk. Butthead. But if I do, my bangs tend to, they do crazy things, and I know some people like to have, a poof on the top of theirs. I don't like the way it looks. I like my hair to lay flat. So I just did that. Kept it out. Hopefully my hair will get long enough that I can just brush it with everything else. It won't be a problem. Trying to grow them out. They're getting there slowly but surely. Okay, actually, you know what? I might put this in another poll if you guys like me to, but in the meantime, I'll show you the patterns I have, and you can let me know ones you like. Don't go by weight based on what names are next to them. Just be like, the poinsettia or the first one. Like this can be 1, 2, 3, and then mom can be 4, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But these are, so the gingerbread would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm trying to get it so it's not reflective horribly, but. So that's the first set. And this is the second one. Oops. I think these ones repeat a lot, so. Yeah. There they are. If you find one you'd specifically like me to do, let me know. Yeah. I'm just gonna pick 2 or maybe 3 and work on them. All right, Tessa's joining me for the narration on the Nutcracker. Oh yeah, is that right, Tess? Really? Are you sure? I'm not so sure. I made a few mistakes on this one. Hopefully, as long as I'm watching, I will be able to point them out when they come up. First yawn. Work went really well today. I will say I was next to the same cashier that I was saying I had issues with on random part 3. She was much more polite today. I don't know if she realized it was just rude of her to speak the way she did or what, but it was much better today. I don't know. Maybe she was having a bad day and she was taking out on the people around her. I have no idea. But today was much better, so I'm happy about that. Hi, I never too. I'm slowly, very slowly, getting to know the layout of the store better. I still keep thinking about the layout of my store, and everything is flipped, and mine is smaller, and I don't think the aisles are numbered. I don't know. I have no idea. But, Tessa, what are you doing? You dork? She's like getting under my laptop to sniff at something, but I don't know what it is. Because she's a big dork. Yeah, you're a dork. You dork nork. So look, there's a present. Yay! I'm really not good at these. I can't believe you guys enjoy my narration. Hopefully you continue to enjoy the narration, because I do kind of, yeah, number 3. I do kind of have fun doing these. Look at Perlers in the sky behind her. Oh, it's so pretty. It's all pink. Maybe it'll be easier to tell for you guys if I turn this off. Didn't make a bit of difference, did it? The sky's really pink and blue. It's gorgeous. I mean, I don't know. Go ahead. Yeah, look at that angle. Hey there, Perlers. How you doing? I'm gonna show the sky to everybody. It looks so pretty. It's just too bright in here, isn't it? Huh? Say, I'm the king of the world! Not queen, because I'm cooler than that. I'm the king. Huh? Huh? Feels good to be the king, huh? I don't know if you guys love Mel Brooks movies, but I totally do. He's hilarious. God, he said that in several movies. He said it in History of the World Part 1. It's good to be the king. What else did he say it in? What other movies did he say it in, Pearl? Huh? I don't think it was Son of Men in Tights. Wasn't in Blazing Saddles. Huh. I don't think it was in Spaceballs. I don't know, but if you guys haven't seen any Mel Brooks movies and you like comedies, he is my favorite producer of all time. To the point that he's probably the only producer I actually know. Hi, baby. You're messing up the blinds, huh? Huh? Oh, the booty. Oh, yeah. Give me kisses. No! And you go mess up my vines some more? Oh, I feel the love. Huh? Huh? Go get that tummy. Tummy. Huh? She hates getting her tummy touched, but she just licked me. You are... Did someone give her catnip earlier? Totally watching you guys. Huh? Seriously, you are like so excited right now. I've been at home for a few hours, so it's not me. Huh? You are so cute. Yes, you are. Okay, Lizzie should go back to stitching now. Oh yeah. Oh. Huh? She's purring really, really loud. Oh, baby. You could jump over? Action shot? Oh, come here. You can make that jump. You've done it several times before, Taz. Come here. No? No action shot for YouTube? Okay. Hope you enjoyed watching that clip of Tessa. I think I have another one later on. I believe I do. She was sleeping. It's super cute. You should enjoy it. I do. I was going to say, I was asked in the comments on, I believe it was Stonehenge Day 4. I could be remembering wrong, but what am I on? 4 now? Oh my gosh, stop yawning, Liz. I was asked to talk a little bit more about my time in Germany and Japan. So, obviously, I have zero memories of when I was born in Germany because I was only there for a few months. But when we came back, we were, gosh, were we at Ramstein? Bitburg? I don't know. But my family, when we were in Europe, pretty much every weekend we would go off base and go see the country and go see the continent, in fact. I've probably seen more countries in Europe than I have, like, anything else. And I will say, pretty much everyone in my family has a bias towards Europe. Like, we freaking love it there. Like, I know most people that have been to Japan always say Japan is their favorite, but I really liked Europe. And it's not just because I'm white and can blend into some of the countries, okay? It's just, I love the culture. Like, it's old and it's really diverse, you know? Like, you'll get gorgeous castles and cathedrals in England, and then you'll also get gorgeous ones in France and Germany, and they're not all the same. And I hope I don't offend anybody by saying this, but every single temple in Japan that we went to looked the same. Uh, there's only one building I can think of that really stood out, and it was made into a museum. I don't remember what it used to be, but the steps were incredibly steep. Like, my brother is afraid of heights. I nearly had to hold his hand to help him up and down those stairs because they were really steep. I mean, it made me nervous, all right? And I'm not scared of heights at all. But when you're walking up really, really steep stairs, it's just like, oh my God, like, if I miss this step, I'm gonna tumble down to my death. So, yeah, I love the history in Europe. I love the culture. I love the people. That's another thing. In Europe, you know, whether you're speaking English or German, almost everyone will smile back and, you know, say it back. In Japan, the people of, you know, this current generation and probably the past one and younger are super sweet. But when you get to the very, you know, the older generation, they hate people that aren't Japanese. Like, that includes, you know, Americans, any Europeans, anybody that does not look Japanese. The number of dirty looks I got on the trains was kind of sad. Like, you know, in the States, people don't give a crap if you talk on the bus. In Japan, on the subways and the trains and all that, you know, they kind of expect you to be quiet, you know, be polite. And I wouldn't talk at all. But the older people would just glare at me, and it's like, you know, what am I doing wrong? Is it just because I'm white? Really? And that's it. The Japanese, they've been secluded for so long. You know, they're on that island. Nobody would go to it. And so, you know, they don't like that their culture is becoming Americanized, which it is. You know, I'm not going to say whether that's good or bad, but in their opinion, it is bad. So, you know, after that generation, you know, moves on, it'll be great, and I totally would recommend. I mean, even now, I would recommend people go. Japan is amazing. I just, you know, be prepared that it's not as perfect of a place as people make it out to be. You know, not everyone there is as kind and as sweet as some people will lead you to believe. I mean, I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing, but it does kind of bother me. If you introduce a Japanese person, and usually it's this current generation and the one right before it, so, you know, like people my age and my mom's age, if you introduce them to someone else and you say the wrong name, they won't correct you. They won't be like, oh, no, actually, my name is John, you know, it's not Kenny. So it's not rude, but if someone were to introduce me as, like, Sarah, I'd be like, oh, actually, no, my name's Elizabeth. And, you know, and I wouldn't want them to be embarrassed. I mean, sure, they would be, but I would rather people have my real name and not feel super incredibly embarrassed later on when they realize, oh my goodness, I've been calling this girl Sarah for, you know, 2 weeks, and it turns out her name is Elizabeth. I would rather correct the person immediately than have it go on for, you know, however long it takes for them to realize they were given the wrong name. But, okay, well, I just went on a really long tangent, sorry. But I need to talk anyways, because I have a bit of time left still. So Germany. I loved it. I will say, I know everybody's always like, yeah, you know, you can legally drink as, you know, a really young teenager in Europe, and especially in Germany, and it's like, yeah, that's cool. I didn't touch my first drink until I was nearly 22, and it was absolutely disgusting. So I don't drink at all. You're more than welcome to think I'm a loser who doesn't like to party. That's fine. It's true. I don't like to party. It's not for me. I prefer being able to talk with less people. You know, like, I prefer a one-on-one conversation than a one-on-four conversation, because usually at that point, you know, you split up into two, or you have one person dominating the entire conversation. I prefer one-on-one. That's just how I am. So, I don't drink. And if that's what people want me to talk about for Germany, you're not going to get anything out of me. I will say, on the flip side, I legally gambled in Japan at the age of 18. It was legal on base, so I did it, and it was, I legally gambled before my older sister. It was awesome. Except for the fact that it was incredibly boring, and I have never gambled since. Even before I got my degree in accounting and all that, I was aware that, you know, everything, all the cards are in favor of the house. So your chances of winning a ton of money are extremely small. So don't gamble, all right? Like, don't. Go to the penny slots and just stick with that. Nobody has that many pennies. So I keep going on weird tangents. I don't know. I loved Germany. I loved Europe. Europe in general was just spectacular. And the biggest problem with trying to come up with specific memories for a country, when I was in Germany, I was in 1st through 4th grade. We went to a ton of, you know, castles and cathedrals and caves and all these other things, you know, and a lot of them tend to bleed together. Not because they're similar, but because our trips were similar. You know, we would go see the same kind of things. We would always go to, like, a bazaar type area. We would always go to the church, and then we would go to this, you know, so it's hard to come up with specifics. I do believe Neuschwanstein is in Germany, and I have been there. It's Sleeping Beauty's castle, I do believe, right? Yeah, we went, and several of the rooms were under construction, and the ones we could go to were just, they were so ornate. It was freaking spectacular. I mean, the video right now, I'm doing a white. On the original pattern, all of those white stitches are blank. There's nothing there. And it's weird that they would have so many open spaces on him, but then when I look at the pictures provided, it looks like they did white stitches. So I don't know why they didn't have them here, because it just, can you imagine how weird that nutcracker would have looked had I not put any of those white stitches? Like, it would look so weird. Anyways, Schwanstein. Well, look at that sleepy kitty. Oh, I love when animals, like pretty much lay with their faces to the floor like that. It's so cute. Like, this cat is freaking 13 years old. But she looks like a little kitten with the way she's sleeping. Oh, my little baby. Oh, so cute. Oh, so cute. Mm. So yeah, I don't have a ton of memories from Germany. I remember loving the country, loving the people, and loving that whole continent. It was great. And then I was asked to talk about my time in Japan a little bit. One of the most, I don't know what word I'm looking for. One of the memories that stands out the most was I was on a train with my friend. We were going home, and the train was stopped for way longer than it normally would be at one of the stops. And then an announcement came over the intercom, and I turned to my friend and I was just like, what's going on? Like, why are we leaving? And that's when I found out that a guy had jumped in front of the train. So last I checked, Japan had one of the highest suicide rates. So, don't go there if you're depressed and you plan on working, because they work hard. They work their asses off. So, I was really freaked out. I was really bothered by it. I was like, oh my God, shouldn't we get off this train? Like, a guy killed himself on it. And that's when I learned more about, how America is very individualized. We're all about the individual. The higher numbers get, the less we really care. That's why in a lot of commercials, at least, in America, obviously, they will have a specific name. They'll like, this kid, Gerard, they will try to really personalize it for you, because that's how we respond to things. Numbers, take away faces, so they don't mean as much. In Japan, it's all about the groups. Like, I don't know if you guys looked at the news. Anytime Japan has a crisis, they come together. That tsunami they had back in, was it 2012, 2013? I'm not sure exactly what the year was, but people were lined up to get water, and there was no, confusion, no trouble. It was very orderly. Even the Yakuza, which are the gangsters in Japan, were coming together to help people. They are all about the group. So long as the group goes on, it doesn't matter how the individuals are. So I think right from that example, you can see the pluses and the minuses, the pros and the cons to each of those. Although it is important to care about the individual, it also is important to care about the entire group. Americans, during a time of crisis, usually it doesn't turn out so well. Like, we don't really come together to help each other as well as the Japanese do. So, there's some good things and some bad things about both, and it's up to you to decide what you prefer and what you're comfortable with. Okay, so I've only talked about the bad things about Japan. I feel like a horrible person. Japan is great. I am running out of time, though, so we'll see. On average, the people are absolutely spectacular. They're really kind. It's kind of just like in Europe. If you do not speak their language, learn a little bit. Learn yes, no, please, thank you, those type things. How much does this cost? Learn the numbers from 0 to 20, etc., etc. And if you're still having trouble, then you can speak English. Most people do know English, and they will speak it if you attempt to speak their language. I remember my Pilates teacher, the last semester I had, she was saying that nobody in Japan speaks English. And I was like, yeah, you're a freaking idiot. Like, every single person I spoke to spoke English so long as I spoke a little Japanese to them. So I was like, you are such a tourist. Do not be a tourist, all right? Don't be a stereotypical tourist. You have to respect the culture and the country of the place you're in. Don't be a douchebag. And I'm running out of time, so... Look, French knots, yay! Bye! Alright, okay, goodbye, car. That's going to be the end of day 2 for Christmas ornaments. I only got one done. He took me about 2 hours. I might have been able to get more done, but my best friend called me, so we were talking on the phone for a while. And then I ate lunch and dinner, so, you know, I lost time, but hey, 2 are done, yeah! I'll most likely do the Christmas tree next, because it's along those 2, so why not? But it's already 9:47, so I'm going to do the narration, and then I'm gonna go to bed. I don't work until I think it's 5:30 tomorrow. 5:30 to 9:30. So hopefully I'll be able to work in the morning. Okay, not hopefully, definitely. If I don't have to work until 5:30, I can definitely, yeah. But, yeah. I don't really have anything that I'm thinking of talking about. So for the narration, if I can't think of anything, I have some questions people sent me. So, or no, one person linked me to. So, yeah, 2 hours. So 2 are done, and they've taken me 3 hours together, I think. 3.5. I hope you guys enjoyed all the yawning I did in my narration. If this is any indication of how my narration's gonna go. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, share, like, comment, all that jazz, and I'll see you in the next video.